she's up and down doing something. I don't know.
I don't know. I think she just was like, ooh, I wonder how much those cost. And they couldn't find them on the website. I was wondering.
Alrighty. Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay. So let me make sure that I've got this correct, because I hate it when this doesn't work right. Okay. Same close. Okay. And, oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well. All right. We'll go live this way. Boom. And then a boom. And a boom. Oh, hold on. Where the hell's... Where's my audio at?
And now, live on the fabulous interweb, PTR Radio. This is PTR Radio with Mike the Ape Man.
Rip down my pants, look up in my bottom, so in prom. And I said, I have a story about that.
Let me play with your body, baby, make you real hot. My child arrived just the other day. Came to the world in the usual way. There were bills to catch and bills to pay. Learned to walk while I was away.
Well, I just heard the news today. Still my life is gonna share with arms wide open. Why do I know all these bad songs?
And now, PTR Radio.
And welcome, everybody, to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. That's right. This makes 2 weeks in a row for us because we had a makeup week last week.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
But, and we're live, and now Mike should be able to look for your comments on Facebook and Twitter. So if you have something to tell the show, make sure to comment on this video on Facebook or reach out to us at PTR Radio on Twitter, and you could be featured in a brand new pop-up. That's right. Pop-up, get your name into the show. So, lots of stuff going on today. I think we're going to see Mike completely freak out when we do our double feature movie review.
Oh, maybe or maybe not.
That is the last half hour of the show.
But,
yes.
So, when you played that intro, it's fitting that you played that intro.
Uh-huh.
Because the first song, I had no idea that the dude did a complete remake of it last year.
No, I tell you what, I had no idea either.
And I'd say we'd play it, but knowing damn well we'll get a copyright.
Yeah. Well, I'm really surprised sometimes with your authenticity that we don't get multiple copyright infringements every time that we play that intro, really.
Oh, no, they show up at my door.
Oh, okay. Oh, Snow shows up right there and says, hey, I want my money, bitch. Is that what happens?
It's more like, hey, rip down your pants, look up your bottom. You're an farmer.
Yeah. So a new song, a remake of that one. So, which isn't the first. Well, I mean, remakes are abound right now.
Well,
I mean, you look at Weezer, and they just did a whole album of nothing but, and I wouldn't even call them remakes.
The fact that he redid his own song,
yeah,
with more of a club, like electro club vibe. And then a rapper, Daddy Yankee, just did a song called Con Calma, which basically is the same melody, but it's all Spanish and all. But he brought Snow in.
Oh, okay. To
like guest on the song. So, yeah, I was like, who would have thought?
Well, he probably figured.
I was like, oh, you know that, this is one of my karaoke jams growing up. And she's like, oh, no, I remember him from when I was younger. Like, younger, bitch, you're only 30.
Yeah.
You mean younger.
Well, you figure Snow was going to get some money one way or the other out of that one. So might as well just have him in on it so that everything's, super legit. So Colin was saying that he is laptopless today.
Yes.
So he's working off his phone.
Yes. I'm iPhoning.
It's not the first time that you've done that, but it just looks weird. You know.
It doesn't mean I'll probably be, less engrossed in my laptop.
Yeah, more engaged.
Because there's no laptop.
Yeah.
So I can't be engaged in it at all.
I get comments all the time.
iPhoning. Colin forgot his laptop at the office, so he has to use his iPhone to check his messages on the show, which means he's more engaged. iPhoning. Yeah,
Wow, we've got a Weird Al Yankovic right here. But yeah, no, it's amazing because I've got, I constantly talk to people about the show. Not that it does any good in the numbers whatsoever, but I do bring it up quite a bit. And the one guy I have been trying for like over a year to get to listen to the show. And today I'm like, listen, you're not going to go out and farm because you'd need a raft tonight. So I'm like, go listen. And he goes, why do I want to listen? You talk all the time. Colin says nothing. And Mike's busy looking for his lotion. And I'm like, no, that's not the show. We stopped being that show like over a year ago. But this is the same guy that thought you're icy hot, for soothing sore muscles was some type of lube.
yeah, well,
Which
not anymore.
would be the worst lube in the world.
Oh God,
Yes.
God, that'd be like eating Tasmanian devil wings at Hooters and then going to the bathroom forgetting to wash your hands first.
Oh yeah.
Now, speaking of products and Mike.
Yeah.
Mike had a very interesting Facebook post about gear for a goalie.
Oh,
I thought you
Yeah,
were going
we
to talk. I thought you were going to talk the tile conversation because I'm interested. Before the show we chat a little bit, and Colin had said that Mike and his wife's side business, they're advertising that they do custom design tiles for people.
Yes.
They can take your design and they can put it on a tile and they can send it to you and you can send them money, and preferably lots and lots of money. So we were wondering how far we could go with this, and Mike was talking about how it gets into your OCD a little bit, Mike, right? Because you were saying the grout lines and everything and the designs, right?
yeah. So what we can do, we can take like a 4x4 tile, all right, or I'll say 4x4 standard square tiles, and we can custom print on for you. But if you have a giant image, like let's say you wanted to put your wife's face on the wall.
Yeah.
In the bathroom so that you could see her every time you were doing your business.
Yeah, let's say you needed a target.
Right? So you want this thing to be 16 by 20.
Right.
So we could take the image and split it up into, that would be 20 tiles that you kind of put together like a puzzle.
Right.
But then my OCD kicks in because you have the grout lines. So should the image be sized so that it continues, like it just cuts and then expands around the grout line? Or do I get rid of that little 1/8 inch every time I got to do a slice?
Right.
So that the picture itself looks normal. But
and you were saying that it kind of reminds you of when people do a picture collage, that broken picture collage, like maybe they have behind their couch in their living room or whatever, where it's maybe like the Golden Gate Bridge across 3 pictures and there's space in between the pictures. And I can totally see what you're talking about, because if you have the beginning of the bridge and then say, a 4-inch gap, and then another picture and then a 4-inch gap and then another picture, you're like, if a car goes over that bridge, it's going in the water because there's a huge gap in there. But it looks weird if you don't take the gaps out.
right.
Because your eye goes, well, that middle picture is much lower than what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I just sent you what Colin was talking about.
The carbonite one?
Yep.
Yeah. So this company, which is Bauer Hockey, these are goalie leg pads. And what this company has figured out how to do.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
What?
I didn't realize they were hockey pads because I guess I missed the context of the post. I thought these were like lounge chairs for a pool.
No.
Because they kind of look like, hey, I just took the lounger from the pool and I just put it up in the, because it looks
Right.
like a nerd pool toy,
Yes. These are goalie leg pads.
Yeah.
And the company Bauer is using some kind of covering that they can digitally print on them.
Yeah.
And somebody ordered these for the pair of leg pads and gloves. I haven't seen the gloves, so I don't know if they're just regular gloves, but $3,100.
Seems a bit steep to me.
It seems a bit obsessive, and I'm wondering, right away I'm thinking, did they get licenses for this?
Well, maybe that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah,
No,
it doesn't
it's
actually say Star Wars on it, so
It could be like those knockoff Halloween costumes that we were looking at.
That's
This
true.
could just be like, Cryo Man.
The company Bauer charges, it's a $500 upcharge to have them digitally print the full face of the pad like that.
Oh, geez.
I
said, you know what?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So here's what I was thinking. What if you did that, but instead of having Han Solo's face there, Harrison Ford's face, you put the face of whoever the star player is for the opposing team that you're going up against.
You're going to buy a lot of shin guards
Oh, wow.
in a season.
Well, if the team is paying for it.
Well, I guess.
And if it was like some big game, I mean, I don't think you could do that in the NHL, but
If it was me, I'd just have them put Velcro on and, go get a screen printer guy to make me a bunch of shirts with Velcro backing.
Well, so here was my brilliant thought. If this was a company that I actually liked their equipment, I don't personally like the feel of this company's gear, but what if I got a pair and had it printed Butterstown.com across? So every time I went down to make a save, it said Butterstown.com along the ice. What if I did that? Could I write them off as advertising?
Well, because you're talking about like if you do like a leg sweep where your leg goes out, right?
Well, okay, so obviously you've never watched
Never
hockey.
played hockey, no.
So let me
The closest thing you get to is when I watched The Cutting Edge.
let me see where
The Goon.
is
The Goon, yep. Oh,
Goon.
no.
No, I'm sorry.
And
it's just Goon. Thank
Happy
you.
Gilmore. Watch some of that. Mostly,
so,
I've watched movies that involve people fighting. Not a lot of actual hockey
No,
playing.
not that one. I'm gonna send you a picture that'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
Bits and
here.
pieces of the Mighty Ducks. I think that pretty much
let
rounds
me
out my
see
hockey
where-
knowledge. Not a whole lot of
So-
comedy hockey movies.
and those played on ice, and they don't have a toe pick.
Yeah, no, yep, I know that. No toe pick because that was
This may take a minute.
that was a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, and I remember when they had skating with celebrities. Dave Coulier went. The first thing he did, he took his figure skates to the sharpening machine and ground the
toe
the
pick
toe
off.
pick off. And his coach was like, "He's never going to be able to do any jumps when we get to that point. He just." All right, so this is an actual picture of me from last season, and if you look, you'll see how my pads, when you drop
Yeah.
to make a save, it's kind of like straight across, right?
Yeah, like I said,
So that's what I'm saying.
You kick
So-
your legs out. Yeah,
Yeah, so it would
Yeah.
read Butterstown.
yeah. But,
Or I could
that
just do
almost means that you got to have them printed different directions on each pad.
Well, yeah, so when I'm standing up, it wouldn't look right at all.
Yeah,
Actually, European goalies that do that. The European League, they sell advertising in every square inch they can. So a company's logo will cover the face of the stick hand glove, top
Okay.
to bottom. So there's no manufacturer logo. And the pads in the center, they actually do billboard type advertising like that.
so they're the NASCAR of hockey, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So
But I still would like to. I wonder if I'd be able to write that off because I need more
Yeah.
write-offs now that my state and local taxes are capped at 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Thanks a lot,
Obama.
Mr. Trump.
Oh,
Wrong president.
yeah.
Thanks, government.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Thanks, Biden. Thanks,
Government.
Mueller,
It's-
and your
it's-
price of your probes.
I gotta say, it is one of those weird things. You go for years being happy that you own your house because you can write off your taxes and mortgage and stuff off your taxes. And then suddenly, even though you're still paying slightly less for the taxes, you're annoyed that you're no longer writing off that stuff that you used to be able to write off.
Well, no, the mortgage interest is still well.
No,
I thought mortgage interest didn't fall under the SALT, state and local.
No, my problem is that the new built what's it called?
Welcome to tax
The
time.
standard. The new standard deduction is now higher than my mortgage and real estate and all the rest of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so even though
in a
my
way, that
deduction's
makes it
bigger,
easier, though.
yes, but it's still annoying. It's like, oh, well, now I'm just owning a house because, and it's annoying. It's not doing anything for me.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
this
a
ties
little bit.
into the conversation that I actually had online with. There was a whole big debate in one of the community forums. Is it better to own or rent? And my first response was, depends on where you're talking.
Yeah.
Because there was a
Well-
website out there, and I don't remember how they or what they. I couldn't find it again, but there was a website that actually looked state by state and determined whether it was better to own or rent based off of the real estate market.
Well, and I think it also depends on, it's a personal choice, but it also depends upon your place in your life. I mean, if you're young or you're older or if you're in the middle. Because if you're young, you can't afford house repairs or anything like that. I mean, you're essentially living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are, at least. So renting works out fine because, hey, my refrigerator's broken. Hey, I make a phone call, and the landlord's buying me a new fridge if you got a good landlord, or they're fixing it. Okay? If I'm older, hey, I'm on a fixed income, a limited fixed income. I have to watch every penny. So maybe it makes sense. Otherwise there wouldn't be these things called reverse mortgages.
Right.
So, which I'm not saying anybody
Well-
should do that. I'm just
Well,
saying
no,
that there's
but-
a guy
but
out
here-
there that's hawking them.
But I mean, here's the other thing. Like, if depending on the area you're talking about as well, like because you could buy a townhouse and your maintenance costs are covered by your HOA, your maintenance fees, right? So there's kind of that in between. What it really comes down to here, and this is the God's honest, in my opinion, this is the biggest determining factor. Do you want someone telling you what you can do with your property?
Yeah.
Because if you rent or if you live somewhere with an HOA, you have to get approval before you do anything. If you own your house, nobody is going to tell you, and I'm not talking about permits and what have you, but nobody's going to tell you that you can't run naked through your backyard.
Yeah. Now, I will also say it does depend upon the housing market, Mike, because if you look at it, let's say you live in Chicago or LA, where the price of housing is through the roof. Okay, you may be priced out of the rental market, okay, and have to live 2 hours away and commute in every day because you honestly just can't afford to live in town, okay, in a rental situation. Whereas if you invest in a property, that property is most likely going to appreciate rather than depreciate, and you'll get more on your investment.
Well,
so
and that's what
it all depends.
Somebody told me a long time ago, there's only so much land. That's why real estate is one of the few things that when you make money, you buy real estate.
Yeah.
What,
Well, and that's why in
what
Sequest,
famous quote from Ballers, all right, the Rock show, tells one of his clients, he's like, listen, number one rule, now that you signed your first pro contract, if it drives, flies, floats, or screws, lease, don't buy it.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I mean, that's why in Sequest DSV, they're building underneath the water because there is no more
Yeah.
room on land.
Well,
They're doing that in Dubai.
Yeah, they're in Japan and China. They're building islands. They're building onto their country because they've outgrown it.
so here's a crazy one I heard today.
Okay.
So this is a Disney story now. So
Sweet.
so Disney is opening up yet another DVC resort, timeshare.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, I have a good. Go ahead, and I've got a good fact for you.
So this new one's called the Riviera. So okay, and remember, Disney World is built on a swamp that they basically bought for nothing.
Because he
dollars
kept using
per acre.
shell companies and things like that, so people didn't know what he was doing.
Right, but still, it was still just a swamp.
Yeah.
So the Riviera, they've built it. It's opening in December, but the number of points that they're going to sell for this property means that Disney is going to sell this timeshare for $1 billion. They built a hotel,
Yeah.
and then they're going to make $1 billion off of it within a couple of years. And then, because it's a timeshare, the owners, the people who buy into that timeshare, they pay for the upkeep for the next 50 years.
Ooh.
So I'm just looking at the numbers, and you're like, wow, that is a racket right there.
So
They
It's a
got-
racket I
well,
bought
hey,
into, but
They got a streaming service they got to build. What can I tell you? I mean,
yeah. Now a fact I heard, you probably know this because you're a Disney fanatic, right? Was that the second Disney park to open was supposed to be in St. Louis, Missouri.
there was, I don't know if it was St. Louis exactly, but there was a in the middle of the country park that they were thinking about.
It was supposed to be Walt Disney's Riverfront Square, which was a planned theme park in St. Louis, Missouri that would have been the second Disney park after Disneyland. And it was in development from 1963 to 1965. But
I'm not sure that was there was another one. There was another one. I think it was supposed to be in Kansas.
so,
But I might be
yeah,
wrong.
I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, they decided not to because of winter.
So,
yeah, winter.
huh?
I
Yeah,
couldn't
maybe-
imagine a Disney park with winter
With
snow.
3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
That's
That would make things difficult, wouldn't it?
like, yet they have Euro Disney where
But okay, so what we do have in Six Flags, another hockey story.
Uh-huh.
Looping back on this. So there's a Six Flags in St. Louis or near St. Louis. Okay.
okay.
So as the playoffs have been happening in the NHL, the different Six Flags have been betting each other about their local teams.
Right. Okay.
So like, so if St. Louis loses, they're going to rename one of their rides, a roller coaster, to the Boston Boss, and they're going to serve Boston cream pies, and the anybody who has a New England driver's license will get into the park free for some period of time.
Okay.
And the president of the park will be followed around by a bear mascot for a day.
Okay.
Now, if the Blues win, then they'll do a similar thing over in Boston. They're six.
What will the owner be followed around by? A trumpet?
I don't remember. A blues band. The president of that would be followed around by a blues band all day.
Wow.
Yeah, so it'll be like a funeral. Like a New Orleans funeral.
Yep. Now the previous one, I forget who they were playing the previous time. So they had to have a like a pop-up museum in that Six Flags about some famous St. Louis Blues player, along with some other stuff. So it was just kind of fun. It's like, you know,
Speaking of fun things, all right.
yes.
Did anybody see this link I sent that said send your name to Mars in 2020? You can submit your name to be included in the next Mars rover, to be engraved on one of the chips in microscopic font. So really, there's no way to prove that they actually did this. But they said they did it on the last rover.
Yep, they did.
And you can submit your name to be picked. They will pick 1 million names, they say, of all the submissions. And your name can be sent to Mars. And it doesn't cost anything. Now, I told someone at work about this because I thought, well, he has 2 young children. They should love this. Because what kid doesn't love space? Right? And what kid doesn't love getting their, the idea of getting their name on something that's going to be launched into space and never come back? Plus they print you out a neat little boarding pass for Mars. And, I mean, it's cute. And he goes, my kids wouldn't like that. What? Why wouldn't your kids like this? Do your kids hate fun? I mean, I don't get it. And he goes, no, it's just a way for them to get your name and your email address so that then they can spam you.
They're the government.
Yeah, I'm like, they have all the information they need to spam you already. They don't need anything else. So at this point, there's been 6 million names submitted. They're gonna pick by September 30th, 2019, and they will let you know after launch if your name has been selected. So I thought it was kind of fun.
6,065,682 names.
Yep. There was 31 submitted just in between the time that I loaded the page and you read that number, Mike.
Well, I just submitted.
Okay.
Now, do they say it's going to be exactly 1 million, or do they say about 1 million?
I think they say about 1 million.
Because here's my curiosity here.
Yep.
So let's say 100,000 John Smiths put their name in.
Mm-hmm.
Do they put one John Smith on there until all the John Smiths that they're going to be in there?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a really unique name, less of a chance, I guess, maybe. I accidentally wrote the wrong name.
I am looking at the breakdown.
Yep.
Care to guess what the top 5 countries are?
Oh, are they all
That have
Chinese?
submitted?
No.
No.
Yeah, I want to know. Tell me.
Well, China is number 5.
Of course
with
it is.
with about 135,000 names submitted.
Those Chinese.
Egypt is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
154,000.
Okay.
United States is number 3.
Ha!
629,000.
See, too many skeptical people. Why aren't we number 1? It's our rover.
Oh, it gets better.
Okay.
India.
Oh, they
Number
just want to
2.
chop. They want to chop your dollar. That's why.
742,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 1.
Is it Iran?
Nope.
Iraq?
Nope.
Russia?
Yeah, it's
Nope.
got to be Russia.
Turkey.
Turkey? Maybe they know that's
2
the
million.
only way they're ever going to get into space.
2,390,000.
Why are Turkenians so interested in getting in onto the Mars rover?
Well, China and India are easy because they just have so many people.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, and they're very easily entertained.
Turkey, they're either somebody is messing with the system,
Yeah, silly bots.
or there is
Because
some.
there wasn't a CAPTCHA on here. There was. I don't know if there's like a honeypot or something, but even that can be, like taken care of.
I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Yep.
The last 2, pseudo accents and pseudo bidding. I have no idea. 1 each. So that those names are going to get picked just on principle. And that one person is going to be walking around whatever island they're at and be like, "That's right, man. My name on the Mars rover." Let's see. United States.
Here we go. I just submitted another ticket, and I put no useful information on it, so it's not going to be Not going to be a good one. This is about as useful, unfortunately, as the last time that they did a Mountain Dew, name a Mountain Dew flavor, which is exactly the submission that I made.
Yeah, just how many submissions on there are Rover McRover face? Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Harambe Mick, Harambe face. Oh God, I still Kim thinks I'm crazy every once in a while. When Tyson's acting up, I'll just start singing to him and clapping. Tyson head, McTyson face. Tyson head, McTyson face. He thinks I'm nuts.
Rover McRover.
Rover McRover face.
As Rover McRover face at hotmail.com. There you go.
Okay, now I got it. Now I got to check my
Now I just did it.
mail and see.
Yep. So. Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my email address and I didn't even get any kind of reply or response or nothing saying, "Hey, thanks for." Let's check the spam folder. Hold on. Nope. I have no idea.
But anyway, if you want to look, it's fun. You know, if you just want to put in ridiculous names, it's fun for that too. So, I just thought it was cute. It was a cute thing for kids, and it's like shot it down. Now, Mike, we talked last time about how Cool Kids was canceled, and it was a travesty. Yep. It was an injustice. We haven't seen anything that terrible since O.J. Simpson trial, and
this is not only a travesty and injustice, but I believe it's in violation of the Emancipation Proclamation.
I agree. And
in fact, to support this, I'm going to say this is Chewbacca.
Yes, exactly.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
If the glove doesn't fit, you're full of it. Yes, that's right. And you have found what you think they are replacing the Cool Kids with.
Yeah, and I am so not happy about this.
And for those of you out there, we want you to chime in if you think this is more entertaining, sounds more entertaining than 4 old people in a nursing home getting into trouble.
So following the trend, Fox is remaking Party of a show. They're doing Party of 5. They're remaking Party of 5. Party of 5 was famous because it brought us Jennifer Love Hewitt and who was the guy that played the reporter on the remake of V, and that I can't remember his damn name.
Scott Wolf.
Scott Wolf.
It also had Nev Campbell in it.
And Nev Campbell and the dude from Lost.
Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert was in it.
Scott Grimes was in it, who is now in the Orville. Another good one. I mean, we can just keep going.
It launched a lot of careers.
Yeah.
They are rebooting Party of 5. But it gets better. Instead of the parents being dead, parents have been deported. That's right. They've made it a Mexican family. The parents are deported. I think that I'm not happy about this. Look, and I'm not saying it. First of all, if you wanted to really have like a Latino remake of a show, you should have just picked up One Day at a Time. Because that show on Netflix, that I thought it was a good show. It didn't get too crazy about. It wasn't like George Lopez where everything was because he was Latino. I have a feeling that this is just going to be a very political type. And actually, now that I'm seeing this, I'm reading, it's actually going to air on Freeform. So.
Yeah, actually, I do know what the Cool Kids has been replaced by.
What?
WWE SmackDown Live.
More freaking wrestling, because that's what we need.
Well, not more. SmackDown is moving from, was it on USA or UPN?
Yeah,
and the contract ran out, so it was on. It was on another channel, and every 5 years it moves. So yeah, it's on.
That's what we need. Wrestling.
Yeah, every Friday will be 2 hours of wrestling on Fox.
Ugh.
Well,
Oh, that's right, because they're moving Last Man Standing
Ugh.
to another
Ugh.
night.
Ugh.
That's right.
If you want to remake one, remake the Hat Squad. Hat Squad was a good show. Only lasted one season.
See, Fox no longer has a studio. So they're kind of revamping themselves to do more live entertainment. I'm not sure if WWE, other than having entertainment in its name, qualifies.
It's a soap
but-
opera.
Yeah.
That's all it is soap opera. Even if we talk to the people, we've talked to wrestlers, former wrestlers,
Mhm.
and they admit it's a soap opera. It's predetermined. You know,
So not only
the only
we
thing
have
that's real
that.
is gravity. We know that.
So we have. So wait a minute. I mean, yeah, they pretty much dropped
Yeah,
a lot. So is the Orville? The Orville got another season.
Yep.
That'll be back in the spring. So here's the schedule for fall on Fox. Mondays will be 911 and a new show called Prodigal Son. Tuesday will be The Resident, which I think is a new show.
No, that's been.
It has an underline on it, so I didn't on this list. I wasn't sure if that meant new show or. Yeah, you're right. I think that's the existing medical
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one
yeah.
of the existing ones.
Wednesday will be The Masked Singer, and Not Just Me.
Ugh,
Thursdays will be
not entertained at all.
football.
Ugh, we could do without that one.
Fridays will be WWE. Saturday will be college football. And Sundays will be football, The Simpsons, Bless the Hearts, Bob's Burger, and Family Guy.
So they really have to keep Seth MacFarlane happy, because the only good entertainment I see is Seth MacFarlane.
Be right back.
And, and 911 is one of the best shows on television.
Well, it's SU.
Have you watched it?
No, because I don't care.
Oh, and don't
one-
forget they have 911 Lone Star coming.
Yeah, I'll probably be in the spring.
No, I get bored with that stuff. Too formulaic.
You've never watched it.
I got bored with NCIS. I got bored with CSI.
911 is not.
I got bored with SVU. I got
911 is not any of those.
I'm even to the point of being bored with Magnum PI.
Try 911.
Because
Because 911 is more about the people. It is not a procedural.
I don't know.
What? What?
I said 911 is not a procedural. It's not NCIS or
No.
any of those.
Well, if it's about the people and the people change every week, then they're not going to keep you excited about it.
No, it's
Well, it does. It kind of. Well, I don't know, because it seemed like every third episode was like the backstory of one of the main characters, and that's all they did.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that.
it's backstory about the characters. It's not.
Yeah.
Here's the thing of the week. Oh, this week.
Yeah.
And also, it's not. Every episode is not a. Oh, here's someone who's falling off a cliff. We're gonna spend an hour trying to save them. They do like 6 or 7 different things in one show. It flows. It's good.
I don't know. I'm really picky about movies and television since I don't have a whole lot of time. You know,
You're.
I'm super.
Excuse
picky.
me.
Yeah. I've been
I
rewatching
have-
MythBusters.
I have seen the stuff that you have put on this suggestion sheet. I don't want to hear you saying you're picky.
Oh yeah, only the best. Only the
I've
best
looked
stuff
at your
on the
Plex.
sheet.
You are not picky.
Bikini Girls versus Dinosaurs. You know, that's Oscar winner right there.
You,
I haven't even finished watching it. My daughter asked me, "Well, have you finished watching that movie?" No, I haven't. She goes, I don't know that you should. I've got her hooked. Now she's watching everything. It was great. They watched. Her and my oldest grandson watched Lava Lantula. And then they got hooked. They're like, we got to watch Lavalangela 2 now.
I want to level Lavalangela 3.
That would be nice.
Yeah, where is that?
I mean, now that Sharknado's done, they should just have more Lavalangelas.
Sheila 3. Let's see if it's even in the planning. I don't think so. It was supposed to be 2017, so I don't think it's gonna make it, guys. I don't see any hope for it. Of course, then again, there was also. Oh no, never mind. Steve Gutenberg turned down Sharknado initially. He was supposed to be the lead in Sharknado. Wow.
I'm still waiting for Iron Sky 2 to.
It's out.
That's on one of the plexes.
Is it?
I thought I got it for you. Yeah, the coming race. It's yeah.
Because I went back and rewatched the original one on like last week. I was like, yeah, Iron Sky. Yeah, Sarah Palin lookalike.
Oops, hold on. Yeah, Iron Sky, the coming race. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. And it was available. I thought I had it.
Okay.
I'm sure I can get it again.
All right. Well,
But yeah, no. So, all right, next topic. Now, you guys watch this. I did not, but let's hear your takes on the All in the Family and Jefferson's return.
I did not watch it.
You didn't? All right. Well,
It's not much of a discussion then. I will say I was shocked how good Wanda Sykes was.
Really?
I was told that they did a really good job in casting.
Some of the cast was good just because they're good, but they didn't really quite meet. Wanda Sykes was the best.
Yeah.
Of all of them. Although Jamie Foxx was doing a really, really good impression.
Yeah. Well, and I was also told that Woody Harrelson was over the top with his accent at the beginning, and then towards the middle of the show he dialed it back because these were live.
Yeah, they were live. Woody Harrelson is great. He's Woody Harrelson, but he is not Carol O'Connor.
Yeah.
And he doesn't physically match the look of what Archie should look like.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I may pull it down and take a look at it.
I don't. The only thing that I watched was Jamie Foxx messing up.
That was funny. But I will say, seeing it with different actors doing the exact same script, all they did was they did bleep some of the original words. They still did the original words.
Okay.
And I was impressed with just how good the scripts were for those shows.
And this was a one-time thing, right?
It was a one-time thing. There might be more. This was like a passion project for Jimmy Kimmel. And I don't think they should keep doing All in the Family and the Jeffersons. But the idea of doing scripts for old shows like that with new casts live, I think it's a really interesting idea. I would hope they keep doing it.
So what other shows would you want to see?
That's I think a good discussion point.
Head of the Class.
Oh yeah, we could do like a Welcome Back, Kotter.
No. There's actually a show called Head of the Class.
I know. Just saying that made me think of Welcome Back, Kotter. We could have people doing.
I don't know.
Vinnie
I wasn't a big.
Neither was I. I just think that's a big cast. You could have a lot of people.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I would love to see WKRP in Cincinnati, but it has to be done correctly because it was such a pivotal show.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a show that got me interested in radio.
I would like to see Magnum PI redone.
It is being redone.
No, I meant redone well.
Okay. Well, there's some argument about whether it's redone well or not.
It would have to be something that was a multicam show.
Okay, what about MASH?
MASH was not a multicam show.
Well, let's see here.
Okay.
Because of politics, you couldn't do bosom buddies anymore. They would say that you were making fun of transgender.
Well, no, you could. You just turn them into transgender and.
What about Perfect Strangers? Could we redo Perfect Strangers?
No,
Yeah,
I
because
think
that
we
touches on the
technically
whole
could.
immigration thing.
Oh, he's got a work visa.
They
We'll be
just-
okay.
They just did All in the Family and the Jeffersons. I don't think anybody's going to
Okay.
worry about. But
Balky came here with a work visa and an exemption for the sheep, the stuffed sheep. It
Some
was
of the,
okay.
the older shows, like Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Tyler Moore,
I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy.
Were you guys big fans of Laugh-In? Because Netflix now has a documentary for Laugh-In.
Oh, I have to watch that.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of the original cast members.
Okay.
So like Goldie Hawn has a little stint in there, and it's a lot of and also a lot of today's people talk about how it affected stand-up comedy and the skit type show, how it created that genre of show for them. So it was really nifty.
I think it'd be really interesting to see somebody try to do the Bob Newhart show. I think part of it is, who would you cast as Bob Newhart?
I don't know. Night Court would be a good one to redo,
That court should always be redone.
but you have to pick the right one. You have to pick the right judge. You have to pick.
Yeah.
The casting on these is everything, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pick
I agree.
one and redo it here. So let's pick one that's easy, that we all know. So let's do not MacGyver, because that would be so hard.
And it already exists.
Could we do? Well, I keep coming back to Perfect Strangers because it's a small cast, so it's pretty easy.
Let's just do let's do KRP.
Okay, WKRP. Well, you picked a big cast.
I was going to say either
It's not
KRP. What about Three's Company?
Come and knock on our door. Come.
That one's difficult because they had so much cast turnover anyway.
All right, well, let's do WKRP. WKRP
Yeah.
cast. All right. And we'll go with the original. Okay, so we had Jennifer Marlowe, so the receptionist. So blonde. Give me an actress today. Blonde, little, but strong, but beautiful, strong.
See, you don't
Female.
have to exactly duplicate them. It's, who do you think would be interesting doing that role? Just like we had Woody Harrelson doing Archie Bunker. They have nothing to do with each other, but it was interesting to see somebody else there.
Jennifer Aniston. I think she's got the chops to do that.
Jennifer Aniston, maybe.
I mean,
let's
Nicole,
Ooh, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie
Yeah,
as Jennifer,
that'd be fun.
maybe.
Margot. That was Lonnie Anderson's character.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can we all agree?
Are we literal for? Do we want to keep this semi-realistic? Because I doubt Margot Robbie would ever do a live
No,
single TV.
They had many
Let's-
people in
let's
this
say-
show that had never been doing television before.
Let's say that this is a
Okay.
one-time live performance.
Yes, that's how we're doing the one-time
doing
live
it-
performance.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So can we all agree that Venus Flytrap should be Don Cheadle?
No.
No. No. Okay. Well, then who would you put there?
I'm thinking Tommy Davidson.
Ooh, you've got a good. But Venus Flytrap wasn't a quintessentially funny character. He was more of a straight than he was a comedy relief.
D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley would be good.
Yeah, that's pretty perfect there.
Trying to think of it. Boy, if he wasn't. Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll go with D.L. Hughley. All right. Les Nessman. Who are we going with? Nerdy male actor.
Yeah, there's lots of people who could do Nessman.
I want Paul Rudd. I want him in here somewhere, but maybe I want him as Andy.
I was thinking Paul Rudd as Herb.
As Herb?
Paul Rudd as Herb. Yes.
Paul Rudd as Herb. Boy, you guys are you're playing this smart. Okay.
For Les Nessman, I'm actually thinking Sid from the Cool Kids.
Oh my God. That would be. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to be so flamboyant, but for some reason I'm thinking he
is the older of the cast, isn't he? So the age difference wouldn't be too bad. And he plays it young. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Leslie Jordan is his name.
That's right.
For those that are curious.
Leslie, I couldn't remember his last name.
Okay, so is somebody writing this down? Because
No.
I think okay. So let's do it. So let's see here. So
Wow, the Blair crew incredibly quiet on Messenger about
they're at
coming
a
in here.
baseball game for my nephew.
Okay. I thought for sure that we'd be getting suggestions from the Peanut Gallery.
who did we say was Les Nessman? We said Paul Rudd. No, not Paul Rudd. We said
Leslie Jordan.
Leslie Jordan. And then for Herb,
That was Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. And then Andy Travis. The glue that holds everything together. Oh, country boyish charm.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
What? Okay, you gotta voice it,
Um,
or give me the character that he's played so I can find it.
no, the what is his name on The Voice? The country guy.
Blake Shelton?
Yeah, Blake Shelton.
You want Blake Shelton to play? I mean, I guess. Boy, it would be kind of cool if we could get Gwen Stefani to play to play Lonnie Anderson's part.
Yeah.
Could we get him to run a double?
Well,
He might not be bad. I don't know if he's got any comedy chops in him at all.
Oh,
have you ever seen him with? Dude,
Okay.
just watch him and Jimmy Fallon eating sushi.
Okay. So-
Yeah, I think I'd be good with that.
Okay.
But if you're doing that, then Adam Levine.
Wait, you want Adam as Johnny Fever?
That's what I was wondering.
I don't want to pull everybody from that show.
I don't
though.
either, but it was kind of like I don't know. I've been trying to figure out Johnny Fever.
No, I want somebody. No, I almost want like Steve-O for Johnny Fever. You know, Johnny Knoxville for Johnny Fever, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I liked him in Dukes of Hazzard.
I was thinking either Johnny Knoxville or Ashton Kutcher.
Oh wait, so no, hold on. What if we went with Stifler? What's his name?
Shawn Michael.
Is
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. I know he's a bit young for that part. I don't know.
I have an idea for Arthur Carlson.
Okay, Arthur Carlson. Who's going to be the big guy?
This one's going to be weird.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth.
You're gonna put
No,
Thor
Yes.
as the fat
No,
guy
he's-
who's afraid of his mother.
No, he doesn't.
Well-
See, that's the thing. He doesn't have to.
But he has
Doesn't
to
have
be.
fat. No, I
He has
think
to be
he's too
scared
young
of his
to-
mom, though.
No, I think he's too young though.
Yeah,
I think
don't
he's too
he
young
can
to
do
play that role.
Oh no, hold on. No. I know who I want. I
you
know
want?
who I want, and I just have to think of it, and it is oh gosh, darn it. And I can't remember the movie either. I want, because I just saw something with him in it, I want yeah.
No.
Yes. No, have you seen him today? It's perfect.
he is one of my least favorite people.
Okay, but give me the name
the
so that Mike
world.
can get involved. Chevy Chase.
No.
Have you seen
You
him
put-
now?
I don't care.
Yes,
You
he's
put
the
Chevy-
biggest
no,
jerk in the world.
Put Chevy Chase in this, you going to hell.
Why?
No.
Now you
Do
could
not put Chevy Chase in this.
put Chevy Chase's mortal enemy in though.
Dan Aykroyd.
No,
No,
that'd be
no.
good. That would be good.
Not
That's not who I
putting-
was thinking.
Are you thinking Bill Murray?
I was thinking Bill Murray.
I think he's too big. I think he might. I don't know that he can play it down.
But no, Dan Aykroyd actually would be really good in that.
Dan Aykroyd's.
Oh,
no,
wait a
I
second.
don't think we can do that.
Not or going down that same
Boy, I really wish Rodney Dangerfield was still alive.
going down that same
Or
path,
Chris
though,
Farley.
Dan Aykroyd, Blues Brothers, Belushi,
Belushi's dead.
the other.
You're
Belushi.
thinking about the live Belushi. John?
Jim.
Jim.
I don't even.
You know what?
he
Let's
looks
just
like
let's just go off the deep end here.
Okay.
Randy Quaid.
We can't keep him sober and
That would make him the
lucid enough?
perfect. That would make him the perfect Johnny Fever.
You you want
That's not bad.
Randy
Because
Quaid.
Johnny Fever seemed like he was drunk half the time.
If we could get Randy Quaid from Christmas Vacation, 100%, I'm in your camp. Okay. Oh, so does that? Hold on. Who was the bad guy from the? Oh man, I hate this. Who was the guy that got into a motorcycle accident and got a little bit of brain damage and now he's super
Oh
weird?
God, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey as Arthur Carlson. Because the big guy was fishing in his office, and, we could get Busey infatuated with little fly things, and, Carlson was always going off the deep end. I think it might work.
I have a different idea now for Johnny Fever.
Okay.
Someone who has played that part before.
Who has played Johnny Fever before?
No, has played a similar part before.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh, Jeff Bridges we can control. And he did look similar to him in
Wow.
R.I.P.D.
I was thinking of
The dude abides.
the dude.
The
I was thinking
dude.
of the dude.
Okay, so do we want Jeff Bridges for Johnny Fever? Or Randy Quaid? Boy, that is such a hard pick.
Oh, and that made me jump to a different one. How about Arthur Carlson, John Goodman?
Oh, I love Goodman. Do you like
Yeah.
Goodman, John?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going with... Because he can play a little nuts, too. Okay,
So who do we have left?
who do we have for Johnny Fever, then? Who did we go with? Did we go with...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't
Jeff
remember.
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, thank you. 'Cause he's got some comedy on. Okay, so we got Venus Flytrap, we got Les Nessman, we got Herb, we got Andy Travis, we got Arthur Carlson, we got Johnny Fever. We did not necessarily decide on Jennifer. Oh, we didn't get Bailey. Jennifer Quarters or Jennifer Marlowe and Bailey Quarters.
All right, so Bailey, I think you could put maybe Jennifer Aniston in. I think Jennifer Aniston would be better as Bailey than as
Yeah, we need someone younger.
True.
Because they're supposed to be like an intern. What if we got Jessica Alba?
Actually, I would put someone for Bailey. I would put someone in who's actually in the movie that we have to review later.
That's Jessica Alba.
No,
She was in the movie.
that's not who I'm talking about, though.
Haley Steinfeld.
Her age would be better.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jennifer, then we're looking for the Jennifer, for the new Lonnie Anderson of our mythical WKRP in Cincinnati reboot.
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson.
Oh, for what this is supposed to be.
Oh, you know what? If we're in the true cycle of reboot, we should change the ethnicity too. We should go a little ethnic with this one.
Tiffany Haddish.
Now, for what that part is, and if we're really going to go for it, it should be a Kardashian.
Or somebody else who's hot like a Kardashian. Oh, wait a second. For Bailey, why don't we do the one from the not the good the good life, not the good life. What was the one about where she was in the middle?
The Good Place.
The Good Place. Yeah. What was her name?
Oh, yes.
Married to what's his name? Yeah, Kristen Bell. She's
Oh.
youngish. Wouldn't she be a good Bailey?
She might be a good Jennifer.
Kristen Bell make a good Jennifer?
I mean, she wouldn't. She's not the correct measurements, but that's okay.
I mean,
Kristen Bell would make a good Jennifer, and then, well, no, Dax Shepard really can't do comedy. Otherwise, I was going to say Dax
why do
would
you
be
Dax
good for
Shepard?
Gary.
Dax Shepard.
Or no,
can't
country,
do comedy.
country,
Oh, yeah.
country. Because I was going to say he'd be a good Gary.
Or he would make a good Les Nessman. Maybe. I could see him believing that
he
it's Chai Chai
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're okay for right now, I think. Because Michael,
we're spending way too much time recasting this, aren't we?
Because Michael, well, I mean, we're casting directors. We've got to evaluate the talent. So here's what we got. We got Jennifer Marlowe. Kristen Bell. Bailey Quarters is Haley Steinfeld. Venus Flytrap is D.L. Hughley. Les Nessman, Leslie Jordan. Herb Tarlick, Paul Rudd. Andy Travis, Blake Shelton. Arthur Carlson is John Goodman. Johnny Fever played by Jeff Bridges, which I think that's a pretty good lineup right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print this little list out. And I am going to grab pictures of all these people before I post the show. And we're going to post it to our Facebook and Twitter with, 2020 reboot of WKRP, and then put all their pictures and names underneath that, and we'll tag them all.
Well, this is kind of like how they did the whole thing if the Avengers was cast with 80 stars,
Yeah.
right?
So this is if WKRP
it's like
was
the
recast.
reverse.
Yeah. And we'll see what we can do. See if we can get any of these people on the horn to maybe come in and do a little audition
Oh,
for
God.
PTR Radio Productions.
So we could turn this into a running bit. Because now, Give Me a Break. That's another one that would be a good one to...
227 would be a good one.
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. Alice would be a good one to recast.
Alice.
You know what the best show would be to recast?
Mama's
Herman's Head.
Family.
The Cosby Show.
No, I do like Herman's Head was one of my favorites. No, we're not recasting the Cosby Show. That is poison, my friend. We're not touching that one.
You recast the Cosby Show.
Not unless we're going to
without-
call it like the Crosby Show. All right.
Oh, you don't have to keep the same name. Just you take the entire show and you digitally erase Cosby and replace him with somebody else. Then that would return back one of the great shows of television history to something you can watch without.
My
peeking.
God, I wish I had a lot of money and time because I would so just film myself green screen and superimpose myself. Oh, at the Jello pudding pop.
All right. So here. Now, we all went to prom. I'm going to assume, Colin, you went to prom, right?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Mike, you went to prom, right?
A couple.
Okay. I went to 3. So,
Well, we're not counting junior proms, are we?
no, high school only.
All right. I went to 2.
I went to a couple dances, but
Or
never
no.
went to prom.
Sorry, I went to 4. I did go to 4. So
Well, ain't you just fucking fancy pants?
well, yeah, that's what happens when you're a sophomore dating a senior. So police stopped a post-prom party stocked with booze, marijuana, and stripper poles. Now, this sounds like one heck of a shindig. After their April 12th prom, 300 students from West Boca Community High School in Florida boarded 3 charter buses and headed to a 5-acre Palm City, Florida Airbnb rental with a cover charge of $80 a person. But a school resource officer heard about the bash and called authorities, according to Martin County Sheriff's Office police report sent to Yahoo Lifestyles. At the rental, deputies encountered an enormous amount of alcohol stacked on the counter and in the refrigerator, Jell-O shots and rolled marijuana joints, the floor covered in protective plastic wrap. Well, at least they were courteous. A police spokesman tells Yahoo Lifestyle that stripper poles had been mounted to the ceiling with plans for a bikini contest. The 19-year-old host, who made a collective $24,000 off of students, admitted that he planned the party but didn't know who supplied the drugs and booze. What was the money for then? He told police that he was canceling the party through social media. We had kids calling us asking how they could get their money back, but that's not our decision, the police spokesperson tells Yahoo Lifestyle. The owner of the home lives in Austria, and was horrified and grateful that police intervened before the party took off. He voided the rental agreement with Airbnb. Really? Really? 3 dedicated buses of people coming to your house for what looks like one heck of a rager.
Yeah. Wow.
Airbnb, spokesman from Airbnb and the school did not return interviews.
From Yahoo Lifestyle. Hey, should we return back to Yahoo Lifestyle?
They're asking us about this house filled with booze, stripper poles, and joints for underage kids. No, don't even send the read receipt that you got the email. A police officer told the Associated Press that the party would have rivaled any bar in Martin County that day. What are the bars like if they would only rifle them? It has to have blown them out of the water. Anton Seiss, a Palm Beach realtor who acted as the homeowner's point of contact, tells Yahoo Lifestyles that the teens rented the 3-story home for several days. His friend was panicked to receive a call from law enforcement. He doesn't allow parties. He said, do whatever you can to stop this. We are grateful to the police. I mean, looking at these pictures, it is hilarious. Here's just some of the booze.
Jesus.
There's a picture of the outside of the house. And there's some of the joints that they recovered. I mean, handles of cheap vodka and, 2 liters. I mean, none of those are your regular 750 ml bottles. And that's just what wouldn't fit in the fridge. So.
Yep. There's a lifetime supply for me.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad to see that they got Smirnoff Ice. I mean, something that's not just hard liquor. But good Lord. I mean, that is a heck of a party, and $80 cover. That's pretty substantial. So,
Yeah.
Mike, you ever go to any parties like that?
No. Not in high school.
No.
And never one that had a bowl o' joints.
No, me neither. I didn't really go to a whole lot of parties in high school. Most of them were just a small group of people hanging around playing board games, honestly, with mostly soda and junk food. Although I was welcome to drink whenever I wanted to at home, it took the mystique away from me. So I didn't feel the need to. But, if the cops hadn't showed up and stopped this, what would have gone on at this place? Because, I mean, we planned a bikini contest. We've got stripper poles. We've got all this booze. I mean, someone would have ended up in the hospital for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And we read all the time about all the money that's,
Excuse me.
done in property damage to these Airbnbs when these massive, parties are thrown. So I can't imagine it. But yeah. And if this guy's really in the middle of nowhere, like it says, like it kind of makes it out that he would be, then it would have been one heck of a party. So.
Yeah. All right. So since we were talking about recasting, I just want to throw this out here real quick. Did you guys sign the petition to have the Wolverine remade with Danny DeVito?
No.
No, but Danny DeVito would have made a great Arthur Carlson.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito as Wolverine. 16,000 fans petitioned for comedy star to star in rumored X-Men reboot.
I mean,
Put that up.
I'm gonna put it up.
yeah, it's got to be the picture that I was
It's
just getting ready
oh
to send you.
god, yes,
It's got to be.
So hold on, I'm just getting it. That is hilarious. Yes, so there it is. His glasses are the wrong color though. But other than that, that is an amazing picture. Danny DeVito in tidy whities and a wife beater.
I love how somebody there copied Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Tagged Ryan Reynolds, Van City Reynolds.
Van City Reynolds is either he likes and he participates in so much stuff.
I mean,
Oh,
let's just be clear about it. The fact that he saw it,
yeah.
I think we might expect to see this in Deadpool 3.
Or at least, yeah, I'm sure he goes to like an old folks home and here comes Wolverine. And it's Danny DeVito. Oh my god, that's funny.
That would be fantastic.
Oh,
By the way, there has been some rumors that Marvel's trying to figure out how to get Deadpool to show up in the official MCU, possibly in a future Spider-Man movie. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work.
I don't know.
Because you would definitely have to be a PG-rated Deadpool.
Well, I think it depends on what other properties are going to do. Well, I think a lot of it depends on what they're going to do with X-Men after this.
Yeah, X-Men's going to have to be completely rebooted.
Right. So if X-Men gets rebooted, that could easily give you a window to pull Deadpool in.
Yeah. Deadpool is not in the same... is not in any official universe right now. But Deadpool always works that way.
They point out DeVito does have experience in superhero movies playing the villain Penguin in the 1992 film Batman Returns.
That's right.
The hero we need, not the one we deserve. Writes one person. Clearly, DeVito is the best actor for this role. Anyone else would ruin the movie. I would expect Ryan Reynolds just to put up a trailer for this. I could see him doing that, as a promo for a Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Or I could see Hugh Jackman doing something, since he goes back and forth, and I could say, okay, I will do it. I'll be get ready to shoot. I'll be on set. And then DeVito shows up.
Yeah. That would be, because since he's so screwed up the commercial for aviation vodka or gin. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be fun.
Is there anybody more commercial than Ryan Reynolds?
He's so good at it, though.
I mean, he advertises stupid games on your phone.
Oh, yeah, that was... I just recently
yeah.
saw that commercial. Yeah. Oh, man. But, one of these days we'll get that good at going viral.
Well, look, if it didn't happen with F and Black, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, maybe we should just take a bubble bath in a restaurant sink, because evidently that does the trick.
Maybe you should look at all three of us, because ain't none of us fitting in a restaurant sink, okay?
A Wendy's employee was fired after taking a bubble bath in the restaurant sink. According to Yahoo Lifestyle, again, our one source for news.
But the the funniest part is people are all up in arms because the restaurant passed its health inspection. Well, of course, he washed himself in the sink in soapy water and then washed the sink.
What kills me is I used to work at McDonald's, and I don't see how he fit in the sink because those sinks are separated, and the biggest one is not that big. So he really had to have scrunched up into a ball. So, you know, a Wendy's employee was captured on video taking a bubble bath in the kitchen restaurant. A gag that got him fired, posted on Snapchat and shared Tuesday on Facebook. Wendy's worker in Milton, Florida, wearing only a pair of shorts, lowered himself into the industrial sink filled with soap. Take a bath. Get in there, the woman filming says. Why didn't she get fired too? She egged him on. How does it feel? It's warm, the employee answers. Turn the jets on. He asks for a towel, and the person filming commands, wash your armpits. She hands him the paper towels, and he scrubs his armpits, chest, and arms. Yahoo Lifestyle contacted the woman who filmed the bath and her co-worker for comment. Wendy's employee wrote on Facebook he was off the clock, and the repulsive incident was 2 minutes long. People have done it before, and the only reason it's a problem now is because old people have access to Facebook. Now, that's an interesting comment. Yeah, it's... People have done it. You know, we all take... It's like the person saying, you know, we all take baths in the sink. It's not a big deal. You're only making a big deal of it because you're old and you're on Facebook and you saw it. Now, that is a heck of an attitude to have, really. You know...
I'm like, it's a Wendy's. What the heck does that sink have to do with your food anyway?
Well, I think the question is if they're that lax to let employees bathe in the kitchen sink, what else is going on in the restaurant?
Yeah, and maybe you shouldn't think about those kinds of things.
Well, I agree. I don't think about... I'm going to be weird here. I don't think about health reports or anything like that for kitchens. I don't talk to my friends who are in pest control about what restaurants I should go to and which ones I should avoid. I just go to places I like and I enjoy the food. And I don't think about what happens behind those doors that I can't see in the kitchen. All right? Because I don't want to know what happens back there. All I know is that the food comes out, it tastes good.
Yeah.
You know, blissfully ignorant. My bubble of ignorance is intact.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you?
Look, if I thought about everything that went on back there, I would never eat out. I would only eat at some place like Subway. Well, no, even then, because you don't know what happens in that back room. Nope, I would never eat out. The only place I would eat is like Auntie Anne's, because you see everything that's happening.
Well, but you don't see the coolers, and you don't see
true.
that stuff. Because here's one of my things is the qualifications for kitchen certification are so stringent. All right, I guarantee every kitchen has been found negligent of something. It's just the severity of what that is varies. Okay, if a health inspector was to come to your home kitchen, okay, I guarantee you would not pass with an A. All right, no matter how great your kitchen is, wouldn't happen.
Oh, I guarantee I wouldn't pass with a D.
I know. And for us, it's very simple because animals.
Yep.
You know, there is dog hair everywhere. We eat 3 pounds of it a week.
Now, here's the irony about all of this. We're talking about how our home kitchens wouldn't be acceptable. New Jersey is the last state in the United States that it is illegal to sell baked goods baked in a home kitchen.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Let me put it that way.
You, like any other state, you could go to, flea markets or whatever, and you could sell your pound cakes and your cookies and all that you baked at home.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey, you are not allowed to do that. If you want to, If you want to sell baked goods, you either need to have a commercial kitchen or you need to rent a commercial kitchen. And home bakers are pissed about this. But for the reasons we just talked about, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly because they have to protect the cake boss.
Yeah.
Cake Boss closed his
We did.
locations in Jersey.
Well, he got beat by Duff, so he had to. My
Duff
wife
was-
was so mad at the,
No.
at no, she didn't want the Cake Boss to win. She was just so
Mhm.
mad with the way that he acted every single time that he lost. She's like, he's just such a child. His stuff isn't even that good. I don't know why people like him.
No.
I'm like, well, he's losing, so obviously people don't.
Well,
I
and
don't know what to tell you. It's all cartoonish.
Here's the interesting part. Like, he got too big for his britches. That's the problem. Like,
Mhm.
with his cakes showing up commercially and selling his own line of tools, cake decorating stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know that when his show was on, just to sit down and get a consult with him about a custom cake, $500
Oh, it doesn't surprise me because
just to sit with him.
my wife likes to watch Say Yes to the Dress, and it is $600 just to have a stupid appointment, just to go look for a multi-$1,000 wedding dress.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, and now Cake Boss is basically doing like Dragon's Den or, whatever you want to call it, where he's having people come to him with his ideas, and then he's just saying, okay, well, I'll invest in them for this much. And so, even less work that he really has to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I remember like with Duff, I was looking up his place. I was like, getting a cake for them was going to be very difficult because they're so booked. But I didn't see anything about having to pay them to get in. And I'm not sure if they still do. They used to have ice cream with Duff flavors. That was really good ice cream.
Actually, I have seen it, but not like regularly.
yeah.
But yeah.
I used to like Duff beer.
I can get Duff beer in Orlando.
The bar that we used to go to back that sponsored us one of our stints playing
Mhm.
roller hockey. We would go in when we tell the bartender that we want a Duff, and he would take a pint glass and just down the taps.
Wow.
That was the Duff.
I'm sure that was probably really good.
That's going to be really foamy, though, I would think.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah. Now, earlier we did our fantasy cast for WKRP in Cincinnati. And here's another one that Hollywood has been saying they're going to reboot for a while. Indiana Jones. And Harrison Ford was on the Today Show the other day, and he said that he would rather they kill Indiana than let Chris Pratt take over the role.
And I believe that it was taken a little out of context.
Okay.
Because he later said in the interview that Indiana Jones is me. So it wasn't against Chris Pratt. It was
Yeah, actually,
nobody else should play Indiana Jones. If you're going to continue the story, then make it my son or...
Well, and that's what they were going to do before Shia LaBeouf went crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, and Shia LaBeouf is the absolute worst choice to take over any role.
The funny thing is that the Harrison Ford actually got Chris Pratt wrong and said Chris Pine.
Yeah, he did.
Uh-huh.
Which Chris Pine would not be a good one.
No.
I don't think.
No.
But
Did
Chris
you-
Pratt kind of looks the part a little bit, I think. I think he dressed up. I think either somebody photoshopped him or he dressed up like that for Halloween one day. But I thought that I thought that he looked really good.
Dressed up like that for Halloween one day, I don't know, on Halloween.
Maybe. Who knows?
No, I mean, Chris Pratt, I could see him playing the character. I think he's got the chops to do it. I think he's got that swagger that Indiana Jones needs.
Yeah.
So I agree with the casting. If you're going to remake it, I can't think of a better person to play the part. But you should not remake it.
No, Raiders cannot be
And-
remade. Yeah.
Oh no! Well, I was going to say who's gonna fight or Nazis? No.
Oh, here we go. Chris Pratt looks just about like him in the Jurassic World movies. The dress is a little similar, especially with the 5 o'clock shadow, beard that he has. If you look here, between those two looks, it's somewhat similar. And then when you look at people that have photoshopped them together, you can see where it could be. But you can Photoshop anything to look the way you want it to look.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I think the problem with Indiana Jones is they almost have to reboot Indiana Jones. Because it has to exist in that time frame. And the existing character has already been through that time frame. So they would almost have to do a new Indiana Jones going back to the beginning with completely different stories. I think you could do that.
Yeah.
I think you could do Indiana Jones as this is the character. Maybe even give it a different name.
Yeah, I mean, if the librarians essentially did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that you could do a parallel storyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with we have a brand new storyline with Ohio Jones.
Omaha Jones.
Oh,
It's Wyoming Jones. It's West Virginia Jones. Coming up next, Florida Jones and the Temple of Oh My.
the Minnesota Jones.
Okay.
Snakes. Oh, you betcha. Why did it have to be snakes?
Oh, no, it'd have to be like daisies. Why did it have to be daisies? I mean, you got to go something different. Or spiders. Velociraptors. Why did it have to be velociraptors? Something.
So okay, so now you're going to have Indiana
now we're
Jones
going to crossover event.
being played by John Lovitz.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, John Lovitz. Yes.
No.
So,
Dom Herrera in there, for God's sakes. Prop him up and get him some Disney animatronics to. God, is it time?
No.
It's time. Somebody said Bradley Cooper should be the next Indiana Jones.
Actually, Bradley.
Mm.
So there's a PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
series.
So I guess that I'm sorry. I guess there's
We need a
I
Bradley
wasn't
Cooper.
paying attention, but I guess there's a lull in the action at the ball game. Yeah,
Yes.
and can you? Yeah. So schools can still have bake sales
Mhm.
because technically you are donating, and once you donate, it is up to the school to decide what they can do. So yeah, you can do bake sales and donate, but you can't sell as a business. You cannot sell home baked goods from a home kitchen.
So there is a PlayStation game series called Uncharted, which is basically Indiana Jones with a character named Nathan Drake. And I guess they've been trying to make a movie.
Okay.
And nobody's happy with the different casting they've been doing. So to prove the point, an actual film director, when he had some off time, decided to shoot a short of what they thought the Uncharted movie should look like. And they got Nathan Fillion in to play Nathan Drake. Because that's who everybody agrees. That's the only actor who should be playing that part.
Okay. Nifty.
Fillion could also do a good Indiana Jones, but
He's getting a little old, isn't he?
Hey, he's playing a cop who's a rookie right now. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
and you
I'm
know,
sorry. I just went back to the WKRP thing thinking, damn it, we need Nathan Fillion in here somewhere.
What could Nathan
Hey.
Fillion do? I don't know.
He could be Andy, I guess.
He could be Andy.
Who did we have as Andy?
We had Blake
Blake
Shelton
Shelton.
as Andy.
He's out.
All
Fillion.
right,
Yes.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that's much better.
I like having just actors. So all right, so we're gonna print that again. There's a better list. All right. You know what? We'll go ahead and we'll do the movie review now, because I'm sure we'll have some. We'll have a little bit of time afterwards. Yeah. So this week in our double feature movie review that we do every show, we pick 2 movies inspired by the hey, you might be interested in this, or hey, based on your viewing, you might want to watch this on Amazon, Prime, Netflix, etc. We've even been known to throw some YouTube movies in there against our better judgment. This week, our 2 picks were Special Unit and Barely Lethal.
Which
So-
I think we should get out of the way first.
Barely Lethal first?
Yeah, just
Okay.
Get past it.
All right. So, Barely Lethal. I'll go first if you guys don't mind.
Well, why not? You're up on the screen. Go ahead.
Boy, is it just me, or do the list of production companies get longer and longer the more movies we watch? It used to be that a movie intro would take a minute at most, but this one has a full aha take on me style video to play through before the movie even gets started. What's interesting most is the DirecTV logo right before the picture begins. Now, I'm used to Netflix and even Amazon produce content, but if DirecTV is starting to make their own content, then our potential pool of horrible movies is expanding at a rapid pace. Okay, enough general commentary and on to the review of this movie. From the start, I kind of like this movie. With notes from Agent Cody Banks, Spy Kids, and Soldier, it starts off with a great idea that the government adopts orphan children into a secret shadow government program and teaches them basically from birth to be elite killing machines. Since they are orphans, they have no attachments, no loyalties other than to their countries, and their commander ensures that they have no sentimentalities. This all works well until one teen decides that she desires a normal life, or at least what teen magazines and movies tell her is a normal life. With the right opportunity, Agent, I believe it's 86, but I didn't write that down right, is able to fake her own death and escape to suburbia to attempt a real teenage life. As it turns out, only part of it is like the magazines and movies she obsessed over. Rejection, humiliation, and rocker boy crush obsession litter this movie, until her new life is crushed by a viral video of her in a mascot outfit going all Krav Maga on a neighboring school. Factor in that the worst criminal she's apprehended to date has just escaped custody, and now we're in a real action movie complete with car crashes and girl-on-girl fights. I won't really give too much of the movie away, but here are a couple observations. Okay, I don't know any parent that's that lax on blackout drinking. Did no one think to ask the little boy where he kept getting the spy gear? Where are these parties wherein what appears to be 13-year-olds are doing shots so blatantly? Excuse me. Who stops at drawing just a single penis on someone's face? Which gluten-free chick won the fight? We never find out. Why do my corn dog sticks always break, but that one can stab someone and survive? How did Samuel L. Jackson not say MFer in this movie? Wow, Steve-O did a pretty sober acting job here. As you can see, while the movie had some questionable parts, overall it held my interest. I'm going to give this movie a solid smile because of the actresses involved, the witty puns, and the semi-family friendly tone of this movie. It really is something that I could watch again. So there you go. Smile from me. Colin, are you up next?
Sure. Yeah, I didn't like this movie. I don't know. This movie didn't do much for me. There are parts of it I wanted it to be better than it was. I am not much one for a standard teenage girl movie about life in high school, because I didn't have that life in high school, not just of a girl, but of, I don't know, just not my genre. And I thought I have no idea what any of these actors were doing in this movie. This movie is full of Samuel Jackson, Haley Steinfeld, just actual Jessica Alba, real people, real actors who have real careers. I don't know what they were doing slumming in this movie. I thought there was a real there were some missed opportunities, especially with the names. So they were like 83 and 82, and they really should have had an Agent 86, who was a fumbler, but everybody thought was great, and an Agent 99, because then we could have had some Get Smart jokes. That would have been fun. I would have liked that. I don't know. This is getting. I'm not going to give it a meh. I'll get it one above meh. I did find it entertaining how incorrect the plot summary was on Wikipedia, because I was reading it while I was watching the movie and going, "That's not right." Good thing I'm not basing my review off of Wikipedia's plot, because half of it was incorrect. So, the fight at the end was fun. I like that. At the very end of the movie, which I won't spoil, I thought that was good. I think Sam Jackson's his parts were like filmed completely separately from the rest of the movie. He seemed to be in a better movie than the rest of the movie. A new movie that is just the Sam Jackson part, that would be a lot of fun. And I think it needed a director and a cinematographer that's a little bit better at surreal filming. I think that would have had a more surrealistic shoot of this, something closer like the Spy Kids shoot. Something where it's just a little bit more off center and a little weirder. I think I would have liked that better. Anyway, that's my review.
All right, Mike, you're up next.
All right. So this movie was kind of like an ABC Family version of Transformers meets X-Men meets Avengers meets Spy Kids meets Mean Girls. A lot of meats, I know. But the part I am most curious about as I start watching this movie, will Sam Jackson drop his trademark MFR or try to, or will they allude to it? And I was actually quite entertained by this movie and had nothing to comment until I saw Steve-O and said, what is he doing here? Because all the rest of these folks were legit actors. If you had told me then that Haley Steinfeld would be such a big actress in Bumblebee and the Pitch Perfect movies, if you had told or we were going to have the Queen in the North in there, I would have never believed it. But so I didn't have much to nitpick. I enjoyed this quite a bit. And it may very well be because I watched this almost immediately after Special Unit.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not giving this to Schneikes because it does take a whole lot of those to get one of those out of me. I'm turning into the salty old man, and the Schneike is reserved for special occasions. I would give this a big old smile, but I'm taking a rating off because, one, Samuel L. Jackson didn't even try to do an MFR. Two, him and Jessica Alba were barely in this movie. And three, Topher Grace shows up as the dad in the picture, and that's all you see. But I am going to give this a big old grin, which is just below smile. Well, yeah, just below smile. So I guess we went right, smile, grin, smirk, right down. Now, Colin, I actually went back through the records here and I looked. The closest movie we had to this that we actually reviewed was called So Undercover. You guys remember this one?
Was that a what's her name from Herbie movie?
No, this was the Miley Cyrus sorority spy movie.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
And
yeah.
Colin gave that one a smile.
Wow. Yeah, but that had the guy from Entourage in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. The guy who'll never work in Hollywood again.
If I had watched this movie directly
Joe
after
Rogan.
Special Unit, I might have given it a Schneikes. But
yeah.
I watched it all by itself a week after Special Unit, with nothing around it, and I just didn't get into it.
All right, so that brings us cleanly to Special Unit.
Which,
And
you mind if I go ahead and do that first?
oh yeah, Colin. All right, we'll let you go first.
Okay. So I watched Special Unit accidentally for the previous show because I decided let's go ahead and do the random numbers since we're going to stack these shows up. And I realized, I didn't need to watch that. That's for the next show. Oh, I wish I had done that. Because usually I try to watch these movies much without too much lead time so that they're fresh in my mind. Also, any reason to have not seen Special Unit would have been good. So Special Unit is a passion project for Christopher Titus. He'd actually been trying to get this thing made as a TV show previously. And everybody who had money who was going to do things like TV shows told him it was a terrible idea. So he decided to make a movie about it to prove them wrong. Or I guess prove them right, but that wasn't his intention. I will say very early in watching this movie, I was seriously considering tapping out and not finishing the movie. What I did was I had to look up who was actually in this movie, because this is a movie about handicapped people who want to be police officers, and I was like, okay, are these just actors making fun of handicapped people? Because if they are, I could not keep it up. So I looked it up. It's like, okay, so that one guy really does have cerebral palsy. The other guy really is in a wheelchair. There's a tall character who's like kind of autistic. He's not really that. He's a Second City trained comedian. I let that one go. So I was like, okay. And I will say the second half of the movie was not as brain-destroyingly awful as far as Christopher Titus. He stopped because he is a horrible, horrible, horrible person at the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
he is a horrible, horrible person at the end of the movie. There was at least one less horrible in there. There's also a love thing with Christopher Titus's character, which never made any sense. And I don't know. This movie, I still cannot decide if I hated this movie or liked this movie. I am going to officially give this movie a meh, just because it's right there in the middle, and I can't decide if it should be burned or not. And I think over time I might decide it should have been burned, but at the moment I'm giving it a meh. I am looking forward to more discussion about this movie after the other two reviews.
Mike, do you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
it doesn't matter.
All right, I'll go next. All right, I put this on the list. And by the way, did you think she was faking being a little person?
She was,
I just, when you said, are they acting being, do you think she was faking that? How do you fake that?
She was the only one I was sure of.
All right. All right. I think I should get right out ahead of it and say with 100% certainty, I expect Mike to have tapped out within the first 20 minutes of this movie. His handicap PTSD had to have been in high gear already, and even I had issues with Mr. Stutterer. So, Special Unit, a crowd-funded movie about PC run amok at the LA police force. The mayor, Cynthia Watros, who played Christopher Titus's wife in his television series, having already slept with the worst cop on the force, decides that she needs to punish him further by making him the head of a unit full of handy-capable recruits in an effort to get more votes for the upcoming election. Christopher Titus's character Garrett is oh so willingly thrown under the bus by his captain, played by Billy Gardell, a.k.a. Mike from the Mike and Molly TV show. Thus starts the application process of about a dozen specially abled citizens who have varying degrees of qualifications and disqualifications. In the end, Garrett ends up with 4 recruits and is tasked with cop puppet duty of propping up PR by visiting a school. Simple gig, right? Well, wrong, because in this world of mass shootings, of course they end up at a school with a liquored-up dad and a hunting rifle. Quick in their thinking, although slow in their actions, the handyman-like special unit quickly subdue the would-be murderer by shooting his finger right off the trigger, and then, of course, mentally scarring the children for the rest of their life. So, with a win under their belt, they're ready for a real assignment, but before that can happen, Garrett is abducted by his former criminal associates after telling them he was no longer accepting bribes or payouts for protection. I know, he was dirty. What a shocker. So now the squad rush in to save their leader and surprise the bad guys in just about every way possible, from being too short to shoot to being karate masters, with everything ending in a tidy hot brown to the chest. With the day saved and peace restored, the citizens of LA can sleep well at night knowing that the mentally and physically challenged have loaded weapons in their hands. This movie is going to have to rate a grin for me, slightly higher than a meh, but not a smile. It's better than most of the self-funded movies we found, and they weren't afraid to be un-PC, because it was the actors making fun of each other, which in my book helps restore the funny balance. Watch this if you don't have an overly fragile sensibility, and there'll be moments that you will laugh. Or be like Mike and just shiver in fear the whole time. And now, here's Mike with his rebuttal and opinion.
First of all, I did not tap out. Second, my PTSD is not about people with disabilities. I have an issue, a legitimate mental issue that I have gotten better with, specifically Down syndrome and being too close in physical proximity to them. And that's it. So, with that said, I watched this movie first because Colin said it was terrible and I was particularly self-loathing at that point in the day. I was also threatened that because he watched it, we have to watch it. And I wasn't sure at the time if I was going to have time to watch both movies. So I said, okay, this one's got to be first. I'm going to be upfront about it. I am not a Christopher Titus fan in the least. Never have been, never will be. I don't think the dude is funny. I don't. The fact that this was written, directed, and stars him. Then I find out just during Shaggy's review that this was crowdfunded. Let's add another rule to this list of automatic disqualifications. Crowdfunded movies must be approved by all 3 hosts ahead of time before reviewing. What is up with Cadet Rain Man? Because he's like Sheldon Cooper meets Rain Man I never realized how much Titus is like a crackish version of Max Headroom. Maybe some crack would make this movie better. Don't do crack. Don't do crack. PSA time. Don't just saying that so this review serves a purpose. Want to know where the hell the little person got a loaded shotgun at the shooting range? She couldn't shoot a pistol, and okay, that's a nice try. And where'd you get the gun? Who keeps a loaded shotgun right there on the ground? Obviously, where she could get it. Mongo temper tantrum. I want you to listen to that line one more time. Mongo temper tantrum. This is what Titus says to Rain Man during one of the scenes. Could we offend any more people with this movie? And there you go. Touching Mongo. This is where I have a little bit of a PTSD flashback, because when you touch him, he goes ballistic and he can throw you across state lines. That just proves to me that this whole quote unquote retard strength thing is real. I want to know how the 5 of them, including the wheelchair, where was the wheelchair in the Charger? Who put him in and out of the car? Maybe it was Mongo. I don't know. But where was the wheelchair in all of this? The trunk in a Charger is not that big. To cap it all off, Rain Man shits on someone. Would anybody like to take bets on what I gave this movie?
Well, obviously it's a Schnikes. I mean, there's no question. You had to have loved it.
In Bizarro World, it's a Schnikes. It did not get to Kill It With Fire.
No! Oh, it's a win. It's an automatic win.
It did get a puke.
No.
And the only reason, like Colin said, that he actually used some actors with disabilities. So I almost feel like he did that in an effort to kind of get street cred, if you will.
Actually, interesting. One of the guys, I think it might even be the one that you nicknamed Mongo, has been his opening act for a while. You know, when he tours doing comedy, he's actually friends with quite a few, and you know, disabled comedians, and he feels bad that they don't get more acting jobs.
Wow.
And he thought that this would be a perfect opportunity to employ people that he likes and showcase their acting skills, you know, while still allowing that, because one of the things that disabled people like to do is to make fun of each other. I mean, it's
so
kind of well documented, he says.
So are you trying to say that Titus is the Adam Sandler of the Special Olympics, that he does things to give his
I think he
disabled friends jobs?
That's what he says. I think my biggest problem with Christopher Titus and this movie is that he took
made.
He took that as a license to be as absolutely terrible as he possibly could be, with the thing of saying, "Oh, but I did this for this." No, you use this as an excuse.
Well,
okay.
He announced a grant for $472,000 to help students with disabilities back in 2017. He's talked several places about it.
Yeah, but I think Colin's point is valid. That
did he do it? Did you know?
He feels like he can
appeal? No,
he feels like he can get away with more because he does stuff.
Possibly.
Or does he do this stuff because he crosses the line so much? You know, it's
like if Mel Brooks had done Blazing Saddles and said that, well, because I had
Cleavon Little.
No, not him. But anyway, because of who he had helping write the thing, that he could just use the N-word nonstop for the entire movie, just over and over and over again, instead of just where it was, which is the only movie in existence that ever can get away with it. And that's that line there of saying, okay, you have a point to make, and because you have that point to make, you have some license to go over the line a bit. This one was, you say you had a point to make, but it was really just you getting a license to do something that would not be allowed by anybody.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did find interesting, there's a scene early in this movie where the first charger, because there's two chargers, the first charger is rammed into a curb, because he has to replace it. Okay, so that was a mistake. The stunt driver accidentally rammed it into the curb like that and destroyed the car, and they just decided to go with it.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sure. But
but part of the reason I said that we really did need to go over this movie is, unlike some movies we watch, it seemed like a movie that we actually had something to say about it. Some of these movies were like the first one. Here it is. It has Haley Staggenfeld and other people in it, and I'm not sure why they're in it, but some of us kind of liked it. That's the most we can get out of it. This Christopher Titus one, it is thought provoking. Of, does this make any sense? Could this movie be done correctly? Could someone do a good version of this movie? I like the idea of bringing actual disabled people in and having them do something like this, but I think a bigger focus on physical and not mental disablements would make for a better movie. Otherwise, it feels too much like making fun of people.
I think it would.
So,
So
then wait a second. So basically, you're talking about The Ringer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen The Ringer.
Yeah, it's a
Johnny Knoxville movie.
Johnny Knoxville decides to invade the Special Olympics, basically, and pretend that he has a disability that he doesn't. It's one of those things, and it is really probably one of those movies where if you like Christopher Titus and you like his comedy and you like the things that he does, then you're going to enjoy the movie. Because you're just of a mindset where it's the things that he's doing are okay. Okay, it's okay to poke fun at those things. If you're not into those things, which is why I said if you have a certain sensibility, then this is okay. This is a good movie for you. If you have a fragile one or you're too PC or whatever, then this is not the movie for you.
The only thing I want Christopher Titus to do is host a game show with the Pawn Stars.
Well, see, I like a lot of his comedy, but I also like, but I'm weird that way. So, I have actually bought his comedy DVDs and stuff like that. So that's why I was interested in watching it.
Yep. So what do we have for next time?
So we have not picked the movies for the next show yet. I added a few more. Mike probably loves the picks.
1 through up to number 40. And would you stop putting Amazon Prime when everything else just says Amazon?
Okay. So 36.
Let's see. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Colin, good luck with this one. This is off of Amazon. It's called The King of Thieves. And it is described by Shaggy as a heist movie.
Oh, I do love a heist movie.
Oh, and it's got Michael Caine in it.
Michael Caine, and it's going to be weird watching the dude that played Daredevil and see him actually look at stuff.
A crew of retired crooks pulls off a major heist in London's jewelry district, but what begins as a nostalgic last hurrah for the group quickly becomes a brutal nightmare when greed overtakes them.
Oh, cool. I've been around to see that movie.
Yep.
You gave us a movie that's from this year.
I can't help it. No, it's from last year. It's 2018.
2019.
According to this, it's 2018 drama crime.
Yes, but
And
the
the
release
trailers.
date is January 25th, 2019.
Well, then why did the trailer say all this? Well, the trailers came out in 2018, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, so next. Yes.
I'm going to. Well, okay. So go ahead and pick the next one.
27.
Oh Lord. And life is over.
And life is over. It's not Special Unit 2. They haven't filmed the sequel yet.
It might as well be. It's
Gamers?
another one on Amazon. Oh no, okay. I'm glad I waited. It's the number one on Amazon. The Gamers, Darkness Rising.
So this is
The hell.
I can already tell. When fantasy gamers cannot get their characters in gear, their dungeon master brings out the heavy weaponry, a female role.
Wait. This says it says film series The Gamers down there. Is this the first one? Down there, down below.
I'm looking. Hold on. No, okay, yeah, no, it doesn't look like it is the first one. Well, maybe not. The Gamers Hands of Whatever is 2013. This one was 2008. Initial release. Film series The Gamers. The Gamers started in 2002.
Yeah, so this is not the
This
first.
this is the second one in the series. So if we really wanted to do this
Therefore,
right,
based off of our badass rule.
oh, hold on. We just instituted a new rule which falls into this category. This was a Kickstarter project.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
All right. 12.
Oh Lord, we might have another. Nope, no good. Unavailable.
Okay.
That was Lloyd the Conqueror.
5.
Oh, this one. This is a Netflix title, and I'm pretty sure that this is still available.
I
And
almost wish that Lloyd the Conqueror would have
no,
been
it's
available.
not. Wow, we're batting 1,000 here. This has been on there a while, and I'm kind of glad because this was a real movie. Guess who?
What? Oh, that was the name of the movie? Was Guess
That
Who?
was the name of the movie, and it's no longer available on Netflix streaming. Now, we can let me hold on. Let's see if it's available in Prime Video. It is not, so goodbye. We are
All right.
batting 1,000 here.
35.
35. This one I'm sure is going to be available because this is one of the ones you recently added. Dirty Dealing. Oh my God. What did you do?
What do you mean what I do?
A group of sexy blackjack dealers, the Sin Pit Pussycats. Hey, Colin, it's plot to rob a Vegas casino. Colin, hey, Colin, it's a heist movie.
And it was in 3D. Shaggy's
See,
bringing
Thomas
up.
Howell's in it. It's directed by somebody named Christopher Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So Winnie the Pooh's partner making movies for the rich or for the poor with Michael Madsen. Oh my God. Dude, how is this?
Michael Madsen from Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 and Donnie Brasco and Thelma and Louise fame.
Did I move that over already? What the hell? Dirty Dealing. What number was that?
That was supposed to be 35.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Click on the director. What else has this guy done?
Okay, so Christopher Robin Hood has also done producer credits. Dirty Dealing 3D, Counterpunch, The Casino Job, and Impact.
Oh, click on director.
Was he actually in Impact? Oh, that's not the Impact you're thinking of. Director. 3 credits. The 3 movies that he was also the producer for. And, he was an actor in Con Air. Uncredited crash witness.
Okay, so what I was going to say after we picked the first one, I was going to say to help preserve the list of the suggestion sheet and to make this truly random, if an Amazon movie came up, then we would automatically do the first suggested Prime title that showed up underneath.
Oh, okay.
Right? Now, I know that's different for you and I because it's based off of our viewing preferences. So then I pull up the Gamer's Darkness Rising.
Yeah.
And this was before I vocalized this rule. And I said, I'm glad I didn't. Because what's the first title that's suggested down there as customers who watched this item also watched?
The Kings of Badassdom?
Mythica 4.
Mythica 4. Well, because I don't want people to hate me, do we want to swap out Dirty Dealing for something else? Because it sounds like we have 2 real... Well, we have 1 good movie and 1 real stinker, which might be okay.
No, we're okay. I think we're okay.
All right,
I'm okay with this.
So
King of Thieves, I don't... King of Thieves is going to be... it's not going to be bad, but I don't think it's going to...
I mean, I do really love heist movies, so I'm looking forward.
Oh, so you're looking forward to the 3D one then, huh?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Technically, we've got 2 heist movies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you love heist movies as much as I do, you're also very, very hard on them.
Yeah, but we've got Michael Gambon.
Oh no, this one I am. No,
and
I am
Michael Caine.
Very much looking forward to this. I mean, I'll watch any movie that has Michael Caine in it. I've listened to every single one of his books.
So, all right. So, King of Thieves and the other thing, Dirty Dealing 3D. Ooh,
Yeah.
that is gonna be that. Well, I can't wait to see that.
Is there a trailer?
Is there a trailer? You want a trailer for Dirty Dealing 3D trailer?
There is a trailer.
There is a trailer. Dirty Dealing 3D 2018. This isn't a 2018 movie, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't you just hit watch trailer on Prime?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, you already found it.
But I've already found it on YouTube. There we go.
So do you really own the whole casino?
Yeah.
Hey, what's under your arm right here?
It's leukemia, Cora.
It's just too expensive. So they're just gonna let Josh die?
Did they tell you how much at the clinic?
It's over $200,000.
I think we may have come up with an idea.
It's a kind of a fundraiser in the form of sexy calendars for a $100 donation.
How can I help? Can't sell this on property. This porn.
You already promised that girl.
I don't care.
Okie dokie.
It looks like Dean's gonna deny Josh a bone marrow transplant.
The way I see it, Dean Belding is no longer entitled to our trust or our loyalty.
Where exactly
What was the movie where the cat talked
Let's
to people?
just take the money we need for Josh.
I'm sitting here saying, I'm watching this. I'm like, was this filmed on an iPhone?
Yes.
Let's do it. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
And I'll get my brother to help us with the roulette scam.
Ah, here we go.
Oh.
Here's a,
Do you represent any
yes,
porn
this is Dollar Store Ocean's 11.
So we just have to make it through the caper.
Yeah, there you go.
Spotter kid's dying.
You're gonna love this, Colin. This looks like it's gonna be awesome.
It's a business thing.
Oh, it's a family movie.
Are you two gonna make out?
Yes, we need to waste 3D for that.
Yeah.
Are you so excited, Colin? I can tell. that you're gonna go home and watch that tonight. Oh my goodness. So
there is no God.
all right.
Well, I think we all know what the rating that we was going to get.
Yep. With that said, folks, this is the end of PTR Radio for this week.
My movie might be the end of PTR Radio.
So we will be back on the 10th, which puts us back on our normal schedule.
Yep.
No holidays scheduled for the 10th that I know of. And, everything should be back to normal. We want to make sure that you guys go to our website, ptrradio.com. All the information is there for how to sign up for the podcast so that you never miss an episode. Don't forget, you can always tune into our video stream here on Facebook. And then later on, we post it up on YouTube, where it eventually gets copyright infringed and we have to remove part of it. And that's just the way that life goes. If this movie copyright strikes us for playing their trailer, it's just... Yeah. There's something wrong in the world because we're literally trying to give them pennies.
Literally, we could have filmed it with the cameras looking at us right now.
Yes.
And it would look better.
Yeah. We could have produced a better movie than that probably. But with that said, also don't forget to join us on social media at PTR Radio for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stuff's going up all the time there, and we want you guys to follow along. Don't miss a beat. So, all that said, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. We'll see you next time.